Lies. One of the hardest things to spot early on. No, not really. It's not. It's not, my friends. And especially from a narcissist who, let's say, is a master of deception. Yeah, they are. They're good at it. Like, we can't deny it. They're good. But there's certain telltale signs that will help you to spot if this person is lying to you. Watch this video. Hello, my friends, and welcome back to another discussion, which I thought, you know what, this has come from the comments from you guys about how to spot lies from a narcissist early in a relationship. Okay, so let's say you got into a relationship with someone and things are just not adding up, and you're thinking, okay, right. Are you actually lying? What's going on? And I know, like, this is kind of like a bit of a cliche, because it's like, it's hard to know whether someone is lying to you, whether someone is telling you like false truths, or they're bending the truths and things like that. But my friends, there are certain things, okay, that I want you to be aware of, that actually that's not going to render you powerless in this situation. These are the things that you kind of got to look at, you know, to see whether what this person is saying to you is actually true. And what you're going to do about it when you do catch the narcissist in a lie, because like they don't admit to anything. And basically what you're going to do about it when you catch them in a lie. So this is what I'm going to be talking about in the video today. But just before we get into that video, I just want to quickly mention that I do go live on this channel every Tuesday. And I don't know, there's different topics that I discuss, but do check out the community tab, because I will be putting on there when I'm going live, what's going on, what we're talking about. And if you have any questions on your mind, or there's something that's like sitting heavy on your heart, I'd say come on over, because I could be answering your question in the live. You just type it in the chat, and I could be answering your question. And it is a vibe. Like, we do actually have fun. Healing is fun. It's not boring. Believe me, it is not a boring live. So come on over. Don't take my word for it. Come on over. I would love to see you there. All right. So whichever way we look at it, narcissists are really good at deception. They're really good at the lies. Like, that is something that they're so skilled at. And all of this is about gaining control over you to be able to manipulate you. Okay. And that is their main goal. And the reason for that is because they want to trap you into some sort of a dynamic with them. They want to trap you into a relationship to prevent you from actually leaving. That is what you got to remember, is that you're being trapped or coerced to stay in a relationship with someone that actually isn't making you happy. And there's issues with the relationship, because there's no way that there's going to be some happy, healthy relationship with a narcissist. There's always going to be some sort of issue. And so what you need to pay attention to is the inconsistent stories. All right. When we meet people, all right, we learn about their daily routine. We learn about the way that they lead their lives. And this is something you got to pay attention to, is how does this person lead their life? So you kind of get a sense of that person. You kind of get an understanding of that person, how they think, what they do, how they lead their lives. So it's kind of like, you know, day to day, really, what they are doing. So I would urge you to do the same thing with the narcissist. Like, you probably don't know that they're a narcissist, or like anyone that you're kind of beginning to date, or you're getting to know someone, get to know what their daily routine is like, what they do, because this will really help you to build up kind of like a profile of this person. This person is going to have stories to tell, right? They're going to have things to tell of what they've been doing in their day, how they think. It's like where you got to notice the inconsistencies. Oh, you said that the other day. And you just got to think it. Don't say it, just think it. Oh, you said this the other day. Or this was your opinion about this. This is about where they frequently change the details about the past, or their accomplishments, or their relationships. Just listen to what they're saying. Remember, a narcissist will always tell on themselves. I think I did a video about this. I'm gonna link it here. But they tell on themselves. Okay? And if their stories don't add up, there's an issue. The other one is where this person is too good to be true. So this person, when I mean they're going to be too good to be true, they are going to be the most amazing person you have ever met. They're probably even going to be very similar to you, have similar values, think the same way. And you think, wow, like, how has this person ever lived? Like, how have I not met this person before? Because this person is exactly like me. They think like me. They behave like me. They do all these things like me. That is what I mean they're too good to be true. These people will show themselves as being perfect partners. All right, they are the perfect person for you. Because you know what they're doing? They're pretending to be you. They're pretending to be an idealized version of someone that you would want. So they are trying to mold themselves into a lie, into an inauthentic person. So they're trying to mirror to you what you would want in a relationship. They shower with you with attention. They give you gifts and praise all the time. And I think for someone who doesn't get attention or feels like they didn't get attention or doesn't feel that they're good enough, this can be so soothing. This can be so magical. That someone notices them, that somebody wants them, so that someone cares about them. What you got to remember is this all remains really inauthentic. It's not true. Not that you are not amazing. That is true. But the way that this person says it, the way that this person is, and the way that they do it, that is inauthentic because it's not sustainable. This is also known as love bombing. I would say to you, be cautious if this relationship feels like a fairy tale. Whilst it feels lovely to be in the fairy tale, to experience that, be cautious because it could all be a facade. The next one that I want to bring to your attention is the lack of details. When you ask for specifics about someone's life, about their past, a narcissist is going to be vague and they're going to avoid telling you everything or possibly giving you the details. So they're going to hide. And you know, my friends, if you really look back, as I know a lot of you would have had these experiences, if you look back, you'll realize or you will click that there were the holes in these details. An narcissist will gloss over important information or give you broad, non-specific answers. Now, they're always paying attention on how they are answering you. This is what I mean. They're constantly on high alert. So they're listening out to certain questions that you're asking, and they're always kind of thinking, how do they answer? So it's never really authentic. It's never relaxed. It's never off the cuff. It's never anything that is truthful. They will tell you vague. They will lie. They will gloss over important information, and they won't give you any specific details. That is one thing that they will not do. And it will always feel like you are hiding something. And that's an issue. You know, like when you feel that someone is hiding something from you, you've got to trust that, because you don't have the important information of what you need. And even though it might feel like, yeah, they've told me, but they haven't actually. And you will get that feeling inside that someone is not telling you what it is that you feel is the truth, or they're not telling you. It will feel fake. It will feel like it's not correct. And that is what I'm saying. That is what I want you to really focus on and really understand, that this person is giving you lack of details for a reason. It's because they're hiding. The other one is blame shifting. All right. They will always make you feel at fault. They will always make you feel like you are the problem. And the reason why they're doing that is because they're extracting the responsibility. They're not wanting to take any responsibility for change or for making something better. So they will blame others because they refuse to take the responsibility for their actions. That's ultimately what is going on here. They always have an excuse, okay, or find a way to make you feel at fault. It's a sign of manipulation and dishonesty. That's what they're doing here. And that is the issue. When someone is blaming you, that is all about manipulation and dishonesty. Okay, you will find that in these conversations, it's always that you have to change. It's always you have to do something about it. And it's never like, oh, we take shared responsibility. It's always that you've got to do something to make this relationship better. That is what you've got to listen out to in these conversations, is why has it always got to be you? It takes two to be in a relationship, not one person. So that is where I really want you to kind of look at. I just really want you to kind of really hone in on that, because it's really important that actually, you know what? It's about you. Really noticing and understanding, okay, what is going on here, and not just taking on the blame and thinking that they are right and that you've got to change it in some way. The other thing that you have to be aware of is that when someone is overtly defensive, watching out for when you ask questions or you express doubts, when someone becomes defensive. Well, why are you asking me these questions? Why are you being so rude? Why are you doing that? Those are the kind of answers that you are going to get. They'll answer your question with another question. So they will be defensive because they're hiding something. They don't want to disclose some sort of information. So they're going to react with anger, with excessive deflection, accusing you of being distrustful and saying that it's all in your head. Why are you making this up? Again, it's part of the same thing as like a blame shifting. But this tactic is used to intimidate you into not questioning them further. It's about you feeling a bit intimidated by them, feeling you a bit like off guard. That why are you asking them? Why are you asking these questions? It's about making you feel to not ask them any more questions. The next one I wanted to put in here is mirroring. And this does happen quite early on in these types of relationships. And that is all about where the narcissist will mimic your behavior, your interests and values to create a sense of connection. That's all about you letting your guard down and being able to trust them. So when you trust them, that means that you are then susceptible to be controlled and manipulated. You've let your guard down. You know that this person is trustworthy. You've connected to them. You care about them. So that is why they then are able to do that, because you've created that trust connection. They also make you feel like you are a perfect match when that person mirrors you, because you have similar interests, you have similar ways of thinking. And this is done especially so that you trust them, you let your guard down, and they seem to agree with everything you say or adopt interests too quickly. This is done so intensely. And I know for a lot of us, this feels good because you feel like this person is very similar to you. You feel like actually this person is so lovely and they're so genuine, they're so nice. And finally you see that you feel that you are being seen. But guys, this is not true. How can someone be the same as you? Like, yeah, sure, we would get that. That is a possibility. But this person will mirror you. And I know there is such thing as the mirror neurons that exist, and we all tend to mirror people who we are around, but not to this intensity. Having the same interests, having the same opinions, not, like mimicking your behavior, having the same interests. I remember, what was it? One of my clients was saying that he had got with this woman, and I think right at the early stages, he was saying that he really loves to go like snowboarding. He likes to go in the French Alps, like snowboarding. This is one of his like pastimes. I mean, how many people are out there that love snowboarding? I mean, like, okay, look, I'm not saying that there is hardly anybody, but how many people, like in the grand scheme of things, actually love snowboarding and love the same interests and actually going to that specific place? Do you know what? Chances are slim. Anyway, he met this girl, and she was a narcissist, and she was saying that she loves snowboarding. She goes skiing every year. She had done since she was a little girl. Turned out that none of that was true. So it was made up. a made up interest. And when he asked her about these specifics, like, where do you go? Like, which chalet do you stay at? Like, where do you like hanging out? You know, like, where do you go? She couldn't actually give him any details. So he started to kind of think, oh, there's holes in this story. Like some of it's not adding up. And indeed, that's what had happened. But that's what I say, like, they become literally a version of you that you would want them to be, or they think that's what you would want them to be. And that's an issue. That's a real issue, my friends. Like, why would you do that? But indeed, this is what narcissists do, to be able to mirror you, to create a connection so that you feel like you can trust them. The last one, but by no means least, is the grandiose claims. Like, they will overclaim their abilities, their achievements, or their status, simply to impress you, simply so that you think that they are amazing. Oh, and believe me, they will act up, they will pretend to be the most amazing, absolutely. But this is about their success, their wealth, their connections. All of this is exaggerated so that it creates an impression on you. That's what they want. They want to create an impression on you early on in this connection. So it's a lie. They don't really have those things. And they never will achieve those things. But they just don't want you to go. They don't want you to see past it. That's why they make up all of these things. That's why they say all of these things. And they're just lying to impress you. With all of these things kind of put together, it is important for you to use your own discernment when you're meeting people, when you're meeting them for the first time. Look out for these things. Watch that person's body language, their facial expressions, learn about them, learn their routines, learn about the way that they think. This will really help you going forward and to be able to make informed decision of the type of people that you want around you. Spotting lies early in a relationship can really help protect you from manipulation and heartache. You need to, above all, be able to trust your instincts and your intuition, because that never lies. That is what is important. So guys, if you have found this video helpful, please do give it a thumbs up. Please do share it with other people who you feel this could help. Please do consider subscribing to the channel. And also lastly, please know that I do offer one-to-one consultations. And if you're interested in a one-to-one, please see the description box below. Guys, thank you so much for watching. And I really hope to see you in the next video. Goodbye.